Hon Hai is diversifying its business, right, into semiconductors as well as automotive EV. It wants to become a vertical integrated EV player where it is investing in multiple companies. It wants to own the whole stack from semiconductors to software to chassis to even assembling the entire. And it's ramping up a couple of factories in US and Thailand in addition to capture more contract manufacturing orders as well as the entire end-to-end process for newer players who want to enter this space.
Let's talk about some of the disruptions, though, that are likely to impact Hon Hai. We, of course, talk almost every day about the supply chain disruption when it comes to the chip space. How does Hon Hai navigate that? Because it's kind of in a box seat to potentially take advantage of the situation.
It is actually, and that is why it is diversifying and trying to invest in a lot of chipset and semiconductor companies where it can, with that investment, it can actually control the supply and also attract more customers that it has locked in a lot of supply, and it is really, with its scale, it is in a premium position to negotiate and have a good pipeline of components and semiconductors ahead of any other manufacturer in the world.
Longer term, what is going to drive growth over at Hon Hai? You were talking about the iPhone 13 before. Is it chips, consumer electronics? What's really going to be the strategy from here on in?
So the strategy is pretty simple. If you look at the gross margins, even manufacturing for the most profitable brand in the world, Apple, if the gross margins and the operating margins for Hon Hai is just 6%, 2% respectively, whereas Apple has almost 10 times of gross margins and operating margins. So definitely it feels a little bit pinch to Hon Hai to diversify and increase its gross margins. The main aim is to increase the gross margin, and that is why the most growth, if you look at in terms of gross margins it can achieve, is in component semiconductors with 10 to 15% gross margins. And if it enters into a fully vertically integrated EV space with the entire stack solution, it can even get 30% gross margin. So the overall outlook for Hon Hai, if it executes well on producing at least 3 to 4 million EVs by 2025, fully vertically integrated, the margin uplifts to be close to 10% at group level.